Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Geopolitical Simulator 4. I'm your player, Gilvin. And today, well, we're continuing with Ethiopia. So, a lot of work still to be done, and one thing I did mean to do at some point in the last episode, but was too focused on other things, was start dismantling the terrorists. We need to take care of them. Harai Independent League, blah blah blah. Damn Somalis. Anyway, enough with the racism. Let's get down to actual proper work, shall we? So, basically we're still running a massive budget excess, which is in of itself a miracle considering I've built so many solar power stations. But, good news, we can use this excess. Pretty much, if I have an excess, I will spend it. That is proper thing to do. Because our country is in pretty rough shape right now. I generally don't like running a deficit, so we'll do, yeah. I think it's only 14 days at one, so it'd be 7 days otherwise. Now, I don't actually need to scroll with this, because since it's 10 manpower per house, I should be able to go 4, 8, 5, 7, 2. And if I'm correct, yep, there'll be 8 manpower left over. Easy. So that'll set us that should set us yeah, because we have available manpower left at 7. So we can't actually fix any more houses. And then if we go back to this, it should probably say the correct number, yeah. We're going to try and start repairing some houses so they're no longer in a quote-unquote dilapidated state. And that barely made a fucking dent in our excesses. Good. So we can start improving the quality of life throughout the country, and other things. Law on the minimum salary's gone through. Perfect. So law on the minimum salary is going to be important, and I need to pay very close attention to what happens here. Employment is a sad face, yes, I'm sure it is. So let's talk about what the current unemployment rate is. I'll give it another data update, just to make sure. But if the unemployment rate's still 0.10, I'm definitely going to have to increase again. Definitely gonna have to increase fucking our budget excesses through the roof. You see, when you start paying out a minimum wage, suddenly this whole income tax on the low bracket starts generating more money. The short answer is I'm managing to cover a lot here. Adjust the degree of nationalization, which was on the solar power, if I remember correctly. Okay, so now then, work. Yeah, the unemployment rate's still rock bottom. We can afford to increase the minimum wage even further until we can actually start getting some unemployment. Just a little. I just don't want to be locked at 0. I'm probably going to ignore general economist recommendations of the 3% unemployment rate because I don't care about the negotiation between the employer and the employee for wages. A lot of people asked me in the comments, why is minimum unemployment bad? And the short answer is because it just creates an inflation in wages and slows corporate expansion. And generally speaking, a good deal for both sides is approximately 3% unemployment, 3 to 5. That said, we obviously have very low unemployment. Yeah. How about we just have a negative decimate? Us and Angela. Yeah, we are good. Hey, you know, it's really kind of funny. Some of these agencies, oh man, we actually did get upgraded. Not bad. We are AAA from harshness and rules. I'm glad that I'm managing to inspire confidence in the ratings agencies, that I can run this country half decently. Yeah, it's gonna be a tricky thing. How's the HDI doing, by the way? We probably won't know until the end of the month. I'm hoping that'll go up, though. Good, the density is increasing. One of the things I need to have a look at, yeah, population below the poverty line is jack shit. GDP per capita has gone up by about 10%. That's excellent. Immigration rate is apparently also going up, although barely anywhere. The urbanization rate is good. That's what I like to see. That's something we have to improve, is the urbanization rate. That's the number of people living in cities versus the number of people living in the country. So urbanization is going to be ginormous for us. That's something I really need to focus on. Something that is going to be huge and needed to be focused on in the future. And I'm thinking right now I might want to invest in health. Yeah. Our maternity is absolutely shit, and if I improve this to 5, what's it going to cost? Holy fuck, barely anything. Yeah, sure, I'll spend $500,000 on that. That's not even enough to dent our budget. And that's going to be huge. Yeah. We'll get like 3-star across the board at the very least. I think we can cover that. Yeah, that's just $1 billion. No, there's a lot more. Good news is it's barely anything. In comparison to reimbursement for visits. That's... I want at least like a 3-star medical system. Come on now. We can give a 3-star medical system, right? Yeah. There. Alright, and also one of the things we're going to be looking into is improvements to the education systems. Which I'm going to go again for at least a 3-star across the board here. There. So we're going to improve funding. We'll need to build more schools. That's definitely on the list. Let's improve technical training. No, we don't need 4 stars. Just the 3 stars. The goal here is a 3-star education system. We could probably do a 4-star education system even. That said, let's have a look at some other things first before we decide that. Alright, so I need to see some other stuff here. Student teacher primary. Yeah, okay, so we need like twice as many teachers as we have. Basically. Close to. At least I'd like to see that. Yeah, that's a bit of a shit. Yeah, I don't think we can, unfortunately, afford that. Like, we have 40 people and those 54 and those. That's completely unacceptable as far as I'm concerned. But I can't pay that many teachers at 850 ETB. That said, we have a minimum wage of 100. I mean, I have a feeling I can probably reduce the fucking teachers' pensions by a pretty decent amount. Yeah. About 500. And then I'm looking to even it out-ish. There we are. So we can nearly double the number of teachers, but cut back on the number of multiples in the country. Good job. I have a feeling the teachers' union is going to have a fit about this, isn't it?
Undeniably, you have inside you the founding
Damn straight I do. Public sector, yeah. People aren't happy that I'm paying teachers less. Well, too bad. I don't have the fucking money for that. Of all the things I do have money for, paying teachers, you know, something close to 8 times the minimum wage, that's nothing. In U.S. terms, I'd be like paying them like $100,000 a year, which don't even get close to. Maybe should, but are not even getting close to. Other things we need to improve the funding in include research across the board. All of it. Don't care. Alright. There we are. It's a good start, and it would appear that the housing is already done. Yes. Yes, it is. So, 485, 72. There we go. Just divide that by 10 and round down. Alright. So I have to use this interface, unfortunately, because there's been an ongoing bug in the game where if you use the global system, it mysteriously consumes manpower into some bureaucratic black hole and it just never comes out again.
I'm going to forget for the moment my customary indifference to the policy to tell you that you have really surpassed all the boundaries. Seriously.
Fuck you. I'm doing a great fucking job. Like, Politburo is a little pissy at me because I'm not taxing the poor into space. And, you know, keeping everyone happy with that. I think it's okay, though. Overall. Yep. Okay, so yeah, the unemployment rate is still rock bottom. I could probably stand to increase the minimum wage even further. Let's go to 150. That's salaried per month, by the way, so. Yeah. I like how employment's an unhappy face. No one doesn't have a job. And yeah, our growth rate is probably going to be going down a bit this. Oh man, our GDP is fucking through the roof. Alright, so it's March now. There's some other things I'd like to have a look at. Yeah, okay, so GDP per capita has gone up to 1,500. Okay. The birth rate has dropped spectacularly. That's slightly concerning, but the fertility rate is increasing. Child mortality rate on the drop. By the way, some people asked about this. I like, you might notice here that there's an extra little zero that's very small next to the percentage. That actually means it's out of 1,000, which is generally how child mortality rate is monitored. Same with birth rate here. This is, yeah, apparently our birth rate's dropped like a fucking rock. I don't know. We're working on it. We're working on it. Yeah, our birth rate literally just crumbled. I'm not even sure what the hell happened. Family allowances per child. There. Yeah. That might help. Legalize same-sex parent adoption. Legalization of homosexual rights. I mean, but legal homosexuality. I feel like I should probably pull that and work towards it. Legalization. Actually, we'll keep abortion illegal for now. Regulate country. Yeah, tolerate but discourage. Yeah. I'm trying to increase our birth rate here. I want more people. Must be more people for the cause and to fill our very issue-ish unemployment. Unemployment rate's still jack shit. Alright, well. We'll wait and see about the results from that.
Our health report.
Yeah, I understand that our health report is pretty bad. We recently just got up to a 3-star medical system. So, you know what? Not bad. Go. Somali troop movements is irrelevant. They're not going to invade us. If they do, it's suicide. Easter will appear. Least of my concerns. Alright. So we managed to spend a decent amount of the excess still. And we're coming up on our first quarter, which is April 1st. Which I'm mostly just going to be skipping towards at this point. Outside of working on housing at this point, I think. 48605. No, fuck. 05. There. I guess it's barely anything. So. Well, that's not true. It's not barely anything. It's like 1 billion. But. That said. Takes a lot. Does dent the old budget a bit, but. It's acceptable. And if I can actually get, you know, the housing repaired, we'll be in a lot better shape. Public finances, yeah. People are starting to throw a bit of a fit over the public finances, but that's okay. Alright. And good. So the numbers here are starting to drop. That's very excellent. And the excess is increased because we raised the minimum wage. Good. There we go. We actually have an unemployment rate about 0. So we found a decent enough minimum wage, which is generating us more money. Good. Alright. Couldn't have hoped for it better myself. Alright. Conflicts all throughout the world. Yeah. They haven't been able to recruit any fighters, thankfully. They don't have the resources. That said, key interest rate is actually still 5%. I feel like I should up that, but we'll see. Right now, like I said, I'm going to wait for our first quarterly report and see how much income deficit issues we were having as a result of all my frivolous spending. Public finances, yeah. That's what having a decent minimum wage does for you. Yeah. And the unemployment rate's actually dropping still. If it gets much lower, we'll have to actually raise the minimum wage again. Religious appearance, yada yada yada. We have a religious country, gotta keep up appearances and all that. Okay. I have a great way we can save some fucking money right now. Let's just start shutting down these networks. Because you know what I don't care about right now? And I probably will not care about for a long time? Destabilizing other countries. I prefer to have my own country stable before I do that. Call it a crazy idea, I know. Yeah, I should get all this shit. That would make life a lot easier for me, but I don't have the money to justify that. And I mean, the terrorists are barely a threat, so.
Although your economy...
Uh-huh. We apparently just got rated down. That sucks. Alright. So, let me double check our credit rating agencies. I assume that's probably because we've issued a lot of debt recently, haven't we? We'll probably find out about that. Yeah, we issued another 635 million ETB in debt. Which actually isn't that bad. Our budget excess is about 3 billion, so it's not like it's going to be long to pay that off, but, you know, I perhaps should not have overdone it, as I did. I mean, other things I'm looking at is actually decreasing the size of the army, animal memory, our debt issuance. Yes, I'm well aware of our debt issuance. Shut up. So I'm thinking about reducing the size of the army. The army guy's perfectly happy with me, so I shouldn't have an issue doing it. Too much, anyway. It'll also free up more people for the workforce. So it's hard to argue with that. If we reduce just to 70,000, that saves us 154 million. Yeah, an army's well paid, so. There. Start reducing the size of the army. Liberties, pacifism, unemployment, public finance. It's fine. What the hell? Senior citizens protection again. Ugh, we'll deal with this. Alright. Yeah, he died. That won't do. An uprising. Yeah. Apparently they're using the fact that I cut military spending as a reason to start jumping. A bit over the top, I'd have to say, but, you know, why not? And of all the reasons to be rioting, pretty low on my list of... Well, I'm not sure why they're attacking my cops here. Gas them anyway, but, you know. Like, because this road doesn't actually lead anywhere. So, yeah. Just start going through and arresting peeps. You guys probably have this under control, I'm guessing. Christ, I hope so. We're not going to take military action. At least I hope not. I really hope we don't have to. There. We got him gassed now. Push on through. And arrest as many of them while the gas is still up. Yeah. Alright, we've arrested most of them. There. There's barely anything. Balance of power and balance of fighting both highly in our favor. And now it's just a matter of breaking into the square itself. Which will inevitably require some work, I'm sure. Man, you guys screw that up. They've erected barricades, I'm well aware. Yeah. Alright, finally we punched through. These guys have it. Well, they're surrounded. It's not mattering. At least I hope it's not. Yeah, it is. Alright. Well, that's not good. Punch through, punch through. Yeah. Literally one guy. Chase him down.
Here is our growth forecast for the end of the year based on calculations that we...
Good. Quarterly unemployment figures are good. Speaking of which, double check the working market. Yeah, the unemployment rate's still dropping, so really the least of my concerns.
We have subdued.
There. Alright, so that's taken care of now. That is taken care of.